This is Xavier Woods, a.k.a. Austin Creed. Up, up, down, down. You're watching Tony Police the Guy. Watch it. Watch him.
What's up, everybody? Tony Beats Guy here, and we're talking about WWE 2K16. More specifically, we're going to talk about the last-gen version of the game. And when I talk about last-gen version, I mean the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Yes, the game is still released on that console, and I actually went out to 2K Studios, as you all probably know, was able to play the game early, as you all probably know, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to play those versions of the game. So I thought to myself, you know what? I need to do a little bit of digging here. I need to find out some information. So they actually had some of the developers come in, and I actually got to sit down with executive producer Mark Little and have a little chit chat with him and talk about WWE 2K16 on the Xbox 360 and PS3. Now, I will say this. I straight up just asked him this question. I said, is WWE 2K16 on the last gen going to be like 2K15 was on the last gen? And simply he said yes. That's it. Then I went into detail and I said, well, so does that mean that there's going to be no My Career? And he said, yeah, no My Career. My Career couldn't make it into this version of the game, unfortunately. And then I said, is there going to be a Who Got NXT, Defeat the Cena, Defeat the Taker, whatever you want to call that mode back in the game? And he said, no, unfortunately, that's not in the game. He did say that 2K Showcase is going to be in the game. And I went further into detail with him. I was trying to pry and get all the information for you guys because I really wanted to know. Because there are still people that play that. In fact, I asked him straight up, why do you still keep making the game on the last gen console? I mean, shouldn't we just dump that game and move on to the next gen? He said, no. Unfortunately, we can't do that because there are still a lot of people out there that want to play it. There's a lot of people that buy it on the last gen console. I get it. I understand. If you still have a market for it, don't kill it off right away. It's the same reason that Call of Duty was doing it, and it's the same reason other AAA titles do it. It's because there's still a market out there for people that still want to play it on the last gen console. I get it. I respect that. I understand that. It's fine with me. I did ask him, you know what? What does it do when you have to make a last-gen game and a current-gen game? I mean, you can't reach your full potential, right? And he said, yeah, there are some things that are limited, like we have to develop the game so that we can make sure that we can get it in both versions of the game. What that means is we're looking at the core gameplay. If there's something they wanted to put in the core gameplay that they couldn't get into both versions, they have to think if they really want to put it in the game at all. And that's a tough thing. And you have to think that they're only limiting themselves right now by being on the last-gen console. Yes, I do agree that there are people out there that want it, but I also am by that other school of thought that you should probably upgrade your console by now. I mean, if you want the best version of a video game, you have to get it on the most current version of the console. I mean, when you think back, when you were looking at the Super Nintendo, the SNES, and the NES, the regular Nintendo, there wasn't really two different versions of games. Yes, there were some, but for the most part, when you got a game on the SNES, you knew that it was going to be completely different than anything on the NES. It's not going to be the same game. And that's the thing. They never really made two versions to pander to both audiences. They just that wasn't a thing back then. But now they have to think about, you know what, there are still people, and there's not like that huge advance as there was back in the NES and SNES days, where a game, you know, some of the things that were possible are not even possible. I mean, there still are people who have the Xbox 360 still log in every day and play the game. I will say this, though. Mark Little was nice enough to sit down and talk to me. I asked him all these tough questions, and he was straight up with me, and it was cool because I respect a person who can be straight up and honest with me. But he couldn't really, you know, show me any gameplay. I couldn't really get my hands on it and see what it's like. But fear not, because come release date, I'm going to go out and buy a retail copy of WWE 2K16 on the Xbox 360 because I want to play it. I want to check it out, and I want to see what it is for myself. I'm wondering, which I didn't really get into detail, when he said, yeah, it's going to be like WWE 2K15 was, does that mean that there's going to be a different speed in the gameplay? You know, when they upgraded the game through the next-gen console, they actually did the different stamina and the speed and all that, and it just played different. You know, if you played it, you understand what I'm saying. So I'm wondering if it's going to be similar like that, if you're still going to have the same sort of speed and things like that. So it's something that we don't know. I didn't really ask him about Creation Suite either, if those features are carried to the last-gen console, but I wouldn't count on it. I'm going to say this. If there's a feature that you really, really want that looks really cool, you got to assume that you need the most current version of the game on the Xbox One or the PS4 to make sure you get everything. I hate to say that because, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you have to think that it's got to be that way. Now, just something that popped in my head. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. My career is not going to be in the last-gen version of the game. I asked him that. So that is not going to be in there. So, like I said, if that's a feature that you really, really want, you got to get in on the most current version of the game, which is the Xbox One and the PS4. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section below because I'm super curious to find out, will you guys still be buying it for the Xbox 360 or the PS3, or are you just upgrading to the next-gen console you already have, and you're looking forward to the most current version of this game? Anyway, guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, for you guys that have been around for a while, you might not know that I actually have a Google Chrome app. So if you actually browse Google Chrome and you come on YouTube and watch my videos, you can actually go to the link in the description, which is omgwrestling.com/app. And that will take you over to a Google Chrome extension, which, while you're browsing on Google Chrome, if I upload a new video, it will pop up and say, Tony Pizza Guy has uploaded this new video. It'll show a thumbnail and show what the video is. It's actually really cool because I actually use it for myself when I upload videos and I schedule them out. That way I know when it goes public and it actually pops up on my computer, and then I know that, hey, my video's up and it's live and I can start promoting it. Anyway, guys, like I said, let me know in the comment section below if you're going to buy it on the last-gen console. And hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.